I've been to the zoo. I said, I've been to the zoo. Mister, I've been to the zoo.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
I went to the zoo and then I walked until I came here. Have I been walking north?
North? Why, I think so. Let me see.
Is that Fifth Avenue over there?
Why, yes, it is.
And what is that cross street there? That one to the right?
Oh, that's 74th Street.
The zoo is around 65th Street. So I've been walking north.
Yes, it would seem so.
Good old north. But not due north.
Well, no, not due north, but we call it north. It's, northerly.
Well, boy, you're not going to get lung cancer now, are you?
No, sir, not from this.
No, sir. What you'll probably get is cancer of the mouth. And then you'll have to wear one of those things Freud wore after they took one whole side of his jaw away. What do they call those things?
A prosthesis?
The very thing. A prosthesis. You're an educated man, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
Oh, no, I read about it somewhere. Time magazine, I think.
Well, Time magazine isn't for blockheads.
No, I suppose not.
Boy, I'm glad that's Fifth Avenue over there.
Yes.
I don't like the west side of the park much.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Do you mind if we talk?
Why? No.
Yes, you do. You do.
No, I don't
Yes,
mind.
you
No, I
do.
don't mind at all, really.
It's a nice day.
Yes, it is. It's lovely.
I've been to the zoo.
Yes, I think you've said so, didn't you?
You'll read about it in your paper tomorrow, if you don't see it on your TV tonight. You have TV, haven't you?
Why, yes, we have two. One for the children.
You're married.
Why, certainly.
Well, it isn't a law, for God's sake.
No, of course not.
And you have a wife.
Yes?
And you have children.
Yes, two.
Boys.
No, girls. Both girls.
But you wanted boys.
Well, naturally every man wants a son, but
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I wasn't going to say that.
And you're not going to have any more children, are you?
No. No more. Why did you say that? How would you know about that?
The way you cross your legs, perhaps. Something in the voice. Maybe I'm just guessing. Is it your wife?
That's none of your business. You understand? Well, you're right. We'll have no more children.
That is the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, I guess so.
Well now, what else?
What were you saying about the zoo that I'd read about it or
I'll
see?
tell you about it soon. Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Oh, not really.
I'll tell you why I do it. I don't get to talk to people much, except to say like, bring me a beer. Where's the job? Or, what time does the feature go on? Or, keep your hands to yourself, buddy. You know, things like that.
I must say, I don't know.
But every now and again, I like to talk to someone. Really talk. Like to get to know someone. Know all about.
And am I the guinea pig for today?
On a sun-drenched Sunday afternoon like this, who better than a nice married man with 2 daughters and a dog? No? 2 dogs. Huh. No dogs? Oh, that's a shame. But you seem like an animal, man. Cats. Cats. Oh, but that can't be your idea. No, sir. Your wife and daughters. Is there anything else I should know?
Well, there are 2 parakeets, one for each of my daughters.
Birds.
My daughters keep them in a cage in their bedroom.
Do they carry disease? The birds.
I don't believe so.
Oh, that's too bad. If they did, you could set them loose in the house and the cats could eat them and die, maybe. Well now, what do you do to support your enormous household?
Well, I have an executive position with a small publishing house. We publish textbooks.
That sounds nice. Very nice. What do you make?
Oh, now,
Oh,
look
come
here.
on.
Well, I make around $18,000 a year, but never carry more than $40 at any one time, in case you'll hold up, man.
Where do you live? Look, I'm not going to rob you, and I'm not going to kidnap your cats, your parakeets, or your daughters.
I live between Lexington and 3rd Ave on 74th Street.
Now, that wasn't so hard.
I
was
didn't
it?
mean to seem so, it's just that you don't really carry on a conversation. You just ask a lot of questions. And I'm normally reticent. Why do you just stand there?
I'll start walking around in a little while, and eventually, I'll sit down. Wait until you see the expression on his face.
What? Whose face? Look here, is this something about the zoo?
The what?
The zoo, something about the zoo.
The zoo?
You've mentioned it several times.
The zoo. I was there before I came here. Yes, the zoo. I told you that already. Say, what's the dividing line between upper middle class and lower upper middle class?
My dear fellow.
Don't my dear fellow me.
Was I patronizing? I believe I was. Sorry. But you see, your question about the classes bewildered me.
And when you're bewildered, you become patronizing?
I don't express myself too well sometimes. I'm in publishing, not writing.
So be it. Truth is, I was being patronizing.
Oh, now you needn't.
All right. Who are your favorite writers? Baudelaire and J.P. Marquand?
Well, I like a great many writers. I have a considerable capacity of taste, if I may say so. Those two men are fine, each in his way. Baudelaire, of course, is by far the finer of the two, but Marquand has a place in our...
Skip it!
Sorry.
Do you know what I did before I went to the zoo today? I walked all the way up Fifth Avenue from Washington Square. All the way.
Oh, you live in the village?
No, I don't. I took a subway down to the village so I could walk all the way up Fifth Avenue to the zoo. It's one of those things a person has to do. Sometimes a person has to go a long distance out of the way in order to come back a short distance correctly.
Oh, I thought you lived in the village.
What were you trying to do? Make sense out of things? Bring order? Hell, pigeonhole bit? Well, that's easy. I'll tell you. I live in a 4-story brownstone rooming house on the Upper West Side between Columbus Avenue and Central Park West. I live in the top floor, rear, west. It's a laughably small room. And one of my walls is made of beaver board. This beaver board wall separates my room from another laughably small room. So I assume the two rooms were once one room. A small room, but not necessarily laughable. Now, the room beyond my beaver board wall is occupied by a colored queen who always keeps his door open. Well, not always, but always when he's plucking his eyebrows, which he does with Buddhist concentration. Now, this colored queen has rotten teeth, which is rare. And he also has a Japanese kimono, which is also pretty rare. And he wears his kimono to and from the John in the hall, which is pretty frequent. That is, he goes to the John a lot. He never bothers me, and he never brings anyone up to his room. All he does is pluck his eyebrows, wear his kimono, and go to the John. Now, the two front rooms on my floor are a little larger, I guess, but they're pretty small too. There's a Puerto Rican family living in one of them. A husband, a wife, and some kids. I don't know how many. These people entertain a lot. And in the other front room, there's somebody living there, but I've never seen who it is. Never. Never ever.
Why do you live there?
I don't know.
It doesn't sound like a very nice place where you live.
Well, no, it isn't an apartment in the 70s. But, then again, I don't have one wife, 2 daughters, 2 cats, and 2 parakeets. What I have toilet articles, a few clothes, a hot plate that I'm not supposed to have, a can opener, one that works with the key, you know. I have a knife, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 1 small, 1 large, a few plates, a cup, a saucer, a drinking glass, 2 picture frames, both empty, a pack of pornographic playing cards, regular deck, an old Western Union typewriter that prints nothing but capital letters, and a strong box, without a lock, which has in it, what? Rocks. Some rocks. Sea-rounded rocks I picked up on the beach when I was a kid. Under which, weighed down, are some letters. Please, letters. Please, why don't you do this, letters? And please, when will you do that, letters? And when, letters, too? When will you write? When will you come? When? These letters are from more recent years.
About those two empty picture frames, why did you...
I don't see why they need any explanation at all. Isn't it clear? I don't have pictures of anyone to put in them.
Your parents, perhaps? A girlfriend?
Oh, you're a very sweet man. And you're possessed of a truly enviable innocence. But good old Mom and good old Pop are dead, you know? I mean, I'm broken up about it too. I mean, really. But that particular vaudeville act is playing the clown circuit now, so I don't see how I can look at them all neat and framed. Besides, or rather, to be pointed about it, good old Ma walked out on good old Pop when I was 10.5 years old. She embarked on an adulterous turn of our southern states, a journey of a year's duration. And her most constant companion, among many others, was a Mr. Barleycorn. Or at least that's what good old Pop told me after he went down. Came back, brought her body north. We'd received the news between Christmas and New Year's, you see, that good old Ma had parted with the ghost in some dump in Alabama. And without the ghost, she was less welcome. I mean, what was she? A stiff. A northern stiff. At any rate, good old Pop celebrated the New Year for even 2 weeks and then slapped into the front of a somewhat moving city omnibus, which sort of cleaned things out family-wise. Well, no. Then there was Mom's sister, who was given neither to sin nor consolation of the body. I moved in on her, and my memory of her is slight, excepting I remember that she did all things dourly. Sleeping, working, eating, praying. She dropped dead on the steps to her apartment. My apartment then, too. On the afternoon of my high school graduation. A terribly Middle European joke, if you ask me.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh, your what? At any rate, that was a long time ago, and I don't have any feelings about it that I care to admit to myself. But perhaps you can see why good old Ma and good old Pop are frameless. What's your name? Your first name? I'd forgotten to ask you. I'm Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. I'm Peter.
And let's see. What's the point of having a girl's picture? Especially in 2 frames. I have 2 picture frames, you remember. I never see the pretty little ladies more than once. And most of them wouldn't be caught in the same room with a camera. It's odd. And I wonder if it's sad.
The girls?
No. I wonder if it's sad that I never see the pretty little ladies more than once. I've never been able to have sex with, or how was it put, make love to anyone more than once. Once. That's it. Oh, wait. For about a week and a half, when I was 15, and I hang my head in shame that puberty was late, I was, E-X-U-A-F. I mean, I was queer. Queer! With bells ringing and banners snapping in the wind. And for those 11 days, I met at least twice a day with the park superintendent's son, a Greek boy, whose birthday was the same day as mine, excepting he was a year older. I think I was very much in love. Maybe just with the sex, but that was the jazz of a very special hotel, now wasn't it? And now, do I love the little ladies? Really, I love them for about an hour.
Well, it seems perfectly simple
Look,
to me then.
are you gonna tell me to get married and have parakeets?
Forget the parakeets and stay single if you want to. It's no business of mine. I didn't start this conversation in the first place.
All right. I'm sorry. All right? You're not angry?
No, I'm not angry.
Good. Interesting that she asked me about the 2 empty picture frames. I would have thought you would have asked me about the pornographic playing cards.
Oh, I've seen those cards.
That's not the point. I bet when you were a kid, you and your pals passed them around, or you had a pack of your own.
Well, I guess a lot of us did.
And you threw them away just before you got married.
Oh, now look here. I didn't need anything like that when I got older.
No?
I'd rather not talk about these things.
So? Don't. Besides, I wasn't trying to pull your post-adolescent sexual life in hard times. What I was trying to get at is the value difference between pornographic playing cards when you're a kid and pornographic playing cards when you're older. It's that when you're a kid, you use the cards as a substitute for the real experience. But when you're older, you use the real experience as a substitute for the fantasy. But I imagine you would rather hear about what happened at the zoo.
Oh, yes, the zoo. That is, if you don't...
Let me tell you about why I went. Well, let me tell you some things. I've told you about the 4th floor of the rooming house where I live. I think the rooms get better as you go down, floor by floor. I guess they do. I don't really know. I don't know anyone that lives on the 3rd or 2nd floors. Wait. I know that there's a lady living on the 3rd floor in the front. I know because she cries all the time. Whenever I go out, whenever I come back in, whenever I go by her door, I always hear her crying. Muffled, but very determined. Very determined indeed. But the one I've been meaning to get to, and all about the dog, is the landlady. Now, I don't like to use words that are too harsh in describing people. I don't like to. But the landlady is a fat, ugly, mean, stupid, unwashed, misanthropic, cheap, drunken bag of garbage. And as you may have noticed, I very seldom use profanity, so I can't describe her as I might.
You described her vividly.
Well, thanks. Anyway, she has a dog, and I will tell you all about the dog. And she and her dog are the gatekeepers of my dwelling. The landlady is bad enough. She leans around in the entrance hall, spying to see that I don't bring in things or people. And when she's had her mid-afternoon pint of lemon-flavored gin, she always stops me in the hall, grabs a hold of my coat or my arm, and she presses her disgusting body up against mine to keep me in a corner so she can talk to me. The smell of her body and her breath, you can't imagine it. And somewhere in the back of that pea-sized brain of hers, an organ has developed just enough to let her eat drink, and emit. She has some foul poverty of sexual desire. And I, Peter, I am the object of her sweaty lust.
That's disgusting. That's horrible.
But I have found a way to keep her off. When she talks to me, when she presses her body up against mine and mumbles about a room and how I should come there, I merely say, but love, wasn't yesterday enough for you? And the day before? And then she puzzles. She makes slits of her tiny eyes. She sways a little. And then, Peter, it is at this moment I think I might be doing some good in that tormented house. A simple-minded smile begins to form on her unthinkable face, and she giggles and groans as she thinks about yesterday and the day before, as she believes and relives what never happened. And then she motions to that black monster of a beast, and she goes back to her room. And I am safe until our next meeting.
It's so, unthinkable. I find it hard to believe that people such as that really are.
It's for reading about, isn't it?
Yes.
And fact is better left for fiction. You're right, Peter. Well, the one I've been meaning to tell you about is the dog. I shall.
Oh, yes,
Now,
the dog.
don't go. Well, you're not thinking of going, are you?
Well, no, I don't think so.
Because after I tell you about the dog, do you know what then? Then I'll tell you about what happened at the zoo.
You're full of stories, aren't you?
You don't have to stay. No one is holding you here. Remember that. Keep that in your mind.
I know that.
You do? Good. All right. The story of Jerry and the dog. The story I'm about to tell you has something to do with how sometimes it's necessary to go a long distance out of the way in order to come back a short distance correctly. Or maybe I only think it has something to do with that, but it's why I went to the zoo, and it's why I walked northerly rather, until I came here. All right, the dog, I think I told you, is a black monster of a beast. Oversized head, tiny ears, and eyes, bloodshot, infected maybe, and a body you can see the ribs through the skin. The dog is black, all black. Well, all black except for the bloodshot eyes, and yes, an open sore on its right forepaw. That's red too. And what's else? Yes, the poor dog, and I do believe it's an old dog. It's certainly a misused one. Almost always has an erection of sorts. That's red too. And what else? Yes, there's a gray, yellow, white color too when he bares his fangs like this, which is what he did when he saw me for the first time, the day I moved in. Now, I worried about that dog from the very first minute I met him. Now, animals don't take to me like St. Francis had birds hanging off him all the time. What I mean is, animals aren't different to me. Like people. Most of the time. But this dog, he wasn't indifferent. From the very beginning, he'd snarl and then go for me to get one of my legs. Not like he was rabid, you know. He was sort of a stumbly dog, but he wasn't half-assed either. It was a good, stumbly run, but I always got away. Look, he can see right here where it's mended. He got that the second day I lived there. But I kicked away and I got upstairs fast. So that was that. Huh. You know, to this day, I still don't understand how the other roomers manage it. But you know what I think? I think it had only to do with me. Cozy. So, anyway, this went on for over a week. Whenever I came in, but never when I went out. That's funny. Or at least it was funny. I could pack up and live in the street for all the dog cared. Well, I was thinking about it one day after I bolted up the stairs, one time in my room, and I made up my mind. I decided, first, I'll kill the dog with kindness. And if that doesn't work, I'll just kill him.
No, you didn't.
Oh, don't react, Peter. Just listen. So, the next day, I went out and I bought a bag of hamburgers. Medium rare, no ketchup, no onions. And on the way back, I threw away all the rolls, keeping just the meat. Well, when I got back to the rooming house, the beast was there waiting for me. I half opened the door to the entrance hall, and there he was, waiting. Figures. I entered cautiously, and I had the bag of hamburgers, you remember. I opened the bag, I took the meat out, and I placed it about 12 feet from where the dog was standing. Like so. The dog snarled, sniffed, moved slowly, then faster towards the meat. Well, when he got to it, he stopped, and he looked at me. I smiled, but tentatively, you understand. He looked back down towards the meat. He snarled. He sniffed.